Okay, you guys, we are back with another banging video. Happy Saturday, providing it's a Saturday where you are. So, in this video, we're gonna talk about Tasha K, Nicki Minaj, Tasha K trying to pay off Cardi B. But before we get started, it is game on. I got my rapper chain on, and it's game on. I got my chain on. Because if I don't sing that song after a few videos, the people in my comment section, they're gonna come for me, honey. And today is Saturday. I don't want anyone coming for me today, okay? Now, let's talk about what is going on as it relates to Tasha K repaying Cardi B and how does Nicki Minaj fits into all of this, okay? So, as you guys know, back in 2022, Cardi B won a defamation lawsuit against Tasha K. Cardi B was awarded $4 million and change, right? So, after that, Tasha K declared bankruptcy. She went through the bankruptcy court. She did all the necessary paperwork and bankruptcy was approved. So, that means that the court was saying to everyone that she owes at that time, to lay off her a bit, allow her to regroup, put herself together where she can pay everyone that she owes, right? So after the bankruptcy case was approved, she then entered into a payment arrangement with Cardi B. Initially, Cardi B was pushing, said that she wants the money, and Cardi B has taken a few actions to seize assets, money, and all of that. But as you guys would say, Tasha K has her funds hidden, right? But Tasha K is saying, honey, she has no money saved. But smart people know that ain't no way Tasha K is gonna have no money saved, okay? We know she has that money saved, but it's just that she has saved it somewhere, not under her name though. Because the woman ain't no fool. She's nobody's fool. And as I've said, women like Tasha K, after they've been through so many storms and so many weather, she's on her God level where she has experienced life in the fullest and she knows how to navigate through things and maintain her composure. So she knows how to navigate through this. However, she went into a payment arrangement to pay Cardi B. It was like a 3 figure. So I think it was $300,000 monthly and change. I think it was like $300,333 monthly, right? So she would have paid her off in a couple of years. However, that was agreed upon. It was agreed upon by the court because she declared bankruptcy, and if she didn't have the money or the assets to, put on auction to satisfy the judgment, that would be the other workaround, a payment arrangement, right? So, as a part of the payment arrangement, Tasha K would have to submit her annual tax details to the court, as well as all of her incomes, so all of her social media earnings, any collaborations that she has done, and all of that jazz, right? So, it's that time of the year, again, where she is supposed to submit all of that information to the bank and to the court, right? To the court, not to the bank, but to the court. So, when it came up a couple weeks ago in a report from TMZ saying that Tasha K has to submit all of her details, Tasha K was like, she's tired of this, she's done with this, she wants to pay off this witch, and she said that she was going to start a GoFundMe and she was going to donate some of the money to some community projects. Now, many critics have been saying that Tasha K has been flip-flopping with her words because this minute she's saying the money is to pay off the debt that she owes Cardi B. Some people have been saying that she's saying the money is for community projects. But people are not paying attention to what Tasha K is saying, because I heard when she said it initially, and initially she said that she was gonna do some projects with some of the money. She did say it. So she did say that she was going to do multiple things. She also said that she was going to sell some merchandise. Okay. So fast forward to that. She launched the GoFundMe. After the GoFundMe, we learned that she is selling her house as well. And I did a video yesterday talking about that. Now she has moved on from that to not saying that she's not going to sell the house, because we heard that she was going to sell it allegedly. Don't know if it is true. Don't know if it is false, right? But last night, what is happening at present is that she went on TikTok Live. So, once you're on TikTok Live, you can get like the different gifts. So she has been doing a lot of that to, she has been trying her hands at different things to come up with some money so that she can satisfy this judgment, get rid of it, and move on with her life. And rightfully so, because no one in their right space and frame of mind wants to owe someone and have someone hounding them down for money. It is uncomfortable. And if you can pay, someone that you owe, you're gonna pay them. And if you can't pay them, you can't. So Tasha K is like, she's gonna do everything to pay this amount of money. So she was on live. Nicki Minaj went on that live, honey. And Nicki Minaj donated a significant amount of money to Tasha K last night. I did not see the exact amount that Nicki donated, but I know Nicki when Nicki goes on TikTok to donate, because she's always on Jamaica TikTok and she's always donating to a lot of Jamaicans. And when she's donating, she donates a lion. And I'm learning that's like 4 to 5,000 US dollars, right? So with Tasha K, I believe she gave Tasha K quite a few lions. Maybe she gave Tasha K a significant amount of money, like somewhere between $50,000 to $30,000. That's what I believe. I don't have to see it, but I just understand how Nicki Minaj rolls. Many people don't give her credit for being a charitable human being, but they'll drag her for supporting Trump, and they'll pretend as though Nicki is the only person that voted for Trump, which led to Donald Trump winning the election. Now, make no mistakes, right? Nicki Minaj affiliation with Trump doesn't align with my views, right? And I'm not saying that because I have anything personal against Donald Trump. I can say that there are decisions and things that Trump has said that I find to be horrible and disgusting. And there are decisions that he has made that I find to be very uplifting to humanity. For example, when you remove biological men out of women's sport because you're a man, what are you doing in a woman's sport? It doesn't matter if you're a transgender. Once you were born a male, ain't no way you should be in a woman's sport, even if you are a transgender, because you were born a male. And the fact of the matter is, male have more stamina than female. So naturally, when those men compete against women, they're gonna win, and it's unfair, right? And Trump is like, we're gonna shut that down. No more of that. And I 110% agree with him on that. And when he said no more gender therapy, no more gender surgery, no gender reaffirming surgery for minors, I 110% support that, because if kids don't know what cereal they want, and if they don't know what's their favorite color, and if they don't know what they like and dislike, because with kids, this week they may love pasta. Next week they may tell you that they hate pasta. So as such, I don't think kids should be making any decisions when it comes to a surgery that is something that is lifelong that you have to live with. And I agree with Trump and those things, right? But there are things that I'm like, is this man okay? Right? So I'm just saying that to say, Nicki Minaj aligns herself with Trump for her own personal gain and her own personal benefit, as well as for other things. She says that. So, what I was saying is that some things I agree with Trump. Something I'm like, is this man okay? And you know that Nicki has aligned herself with Trump for her own personal gains, as well as she believes and supports some of Trump's policies, like the ones to, help youths to go to college, wherein immediately as a child is born, I believe $3,000 is deposited to a bank account, which is a fund towards their future education. She supports that, and that I understand, right? So I'm just saying that to say, you know what? I know that a lot of people at this point, they're not feeling so warm about Nicki because of Trump, because of Nicki's alignment with Trump. But irrespective of that, Nicki Minaj has always been a people person, and she's always been charitable, and she has always looked out for her people. And people will try to persuade you that she is against her people, she doesn't like her own people, she doesn't support her own people, but it's not true. They did the same thing with Kanye West until people started believing that Ye hates black people, Ye is not for his people, and all of that jazz, which is definitely not true, because no one in the history of pop culture has been more charitable than Ye and Nicki Minaj. But if you notice, those are the two people that the media outlet tells you to hate the most. And one thing we all have learned from Candace Owens for sure, and that is, whenever the media tells you to hate someone, look the other way. And whenever they tell you to worship and adore someone, don't look at them, because that's the person that is often in the wrongs and not the right. Just like what is going on with the Epstein file. A lot of people are on the Epstein file, but you'll never hear anyone talking about them. You don't see the media talking about it. You don't see other journalists talking about it, not even content creators, because many of us believe that those people are so good, they're so right, they're so nice, and they're not even half of that, okay? Not even half of that. So I'm just saying to say Nicki Minaj has always been charitable. She has always been looking out for people. Yes, you may say, oh, they share the same arch nemesis, which is true. They do share the same arch nemesis, which is Cardi B. And what is wrong with that? If two people and an individual don't get along, once they stay their separate ways, that's the most important thing. But oftentimes the beef that exists between Nicki and Cardi, it is coming from their fan base and not them directly, okay? And what the industry does as well is to pit the two against each other so as to make the industry look good, make the industry be a competitive space when there is enough space for everyone. But they try to pit women against each other to make the environment, the industry look competitive, and to make people feel as though if you're not beefing with someone, you're not going to make it. My sister doesn't want to get caught in the video. So I was just saying, the industry loves to pit celebrities apart, and they want people to pick sides when we don't need to pick any side, right? But kudos to Nicki for coming out to support Tasha K. She has always been charitable, and especially that, Tasha K wants to pay off Nicki's arch nemesis, and that is Tasha K's arch nemesis. You're going to see both parties definitely supporting each other. And I don't blame them, because Tasha K needs to move on with her life. It's been years, and it's time for her to move on. Naturally, anyone would want to move on with their life from that. And Nicki understands, Tasha K's position, because she has spoken about her struggles coming up as a child, seeing her mom struggle. And that is why Nicki is so charitable, especially to her own people and her own kind. But I know that no one can disagree on that. Even if you want to, I've seen enough evidence of Nicki being charitable to know that what I'm saying is true and not any made up stories. But anywho, let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna talk some more in the comment section. Peace.